1 minute to 1. That is for a Thursday, 1st of June, 2023. Okay, so we have returned now. Uh, I think we've got around number 2 today in the Norway chess. Let me just double check and make sure that's the case, because if that is, I think they should be starting at some point. Norway chess. Do they play today or is a rest day or something? Let me go on the schedule and actually double check this. Yeah, they do. They do. Okay, but until then, let me go to the live, to the daily puzzle. Yes, 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 yes. Let's do the daily puzzle. 1st of June, daily puzzle closed, open for business. Okay, that's contradictory, so to speak. Um, who's moving here? White place. Okay. So it looks to me, at a first glance, again, I haven't seen the puzzle before. Hello, Chando. How's the sound at your end? Is it good? Just confirm, drop me a line, just confirm if everything's fine. So it looks to me that white actually wants to promote this pawn and actually get on to winning the game. Excellent. Hello, Nandini. Good to see you, folks. Now, in order to do that, we sort of need to get rid of this rook on the c file. So, I mean, we'd be happy, but we can't really because there is the rook, right? Now, I think looks like we might be having a few ways, but I think just one is the correct move here. Just one is the correct move here. Could it be perhaps pushing the pawn to just simply making rook capture and then we take the bishop, but then they take our rook? I'm not sure if that turns out very positively here, to be honest, ladies and gents here. So, pawn moving, rook taking, I do take, but then take my knight, and then I have to struggle for the remainder of the day to stopping the black pawn on b6 from coming down. Is just not very appealing. I've got to tell you, is just not. I don't particularly like it very much. Now, also, we have a suggestion. That's another line of thought I would have liked to express with you, my friends. Rook takes the bishop. Chando also suggests that thing. And when we take the bishop, definitely we deflect the rook. That's how they call it in chess. The rook will have to leave the c3 and take the rook back. Now, if we push this guy forwards, black probably has two ways to try and stop it. Either coming back on c3, to which I reckon knight blocks on c5. Either take with the rook we capture, or they take with the pawn and we do nothing. We're just moving forwards because we want to promote. The question, Chando, for you and for Nandini and anyone else who might be live at the minute now, after rook takes bishop and black rook captures on a3, and we're moving forwards, and rook plays a8, Chando, we need to do a little bit of rearranging of the knight, that is. So perhaps you reckon knight from b7 might play on d6, which will eventually result in guarding the c8 promoting square. So they will have to actually give us the rook if they want to stop the pawn from queening. Am I correct? That's one line, Chando, and we've covered it. This is one line. Tell me about the second line. Rook takes, pawn advances, rook a8. Yes. And what about rook on a8, stopping your pawn from reaching the end? Do you agree on knight d6, guarding the c8? Because that looks to me that there might be another alternative for black. I mean, it's clear now. Yes, yes, totally. Knight d6, whatever they play, I think rook needs to lose on c8. Otherwise, we just get a queen. So I think we might be correct on this one, guys. So let me just proceed. Rook takes a3. This is called deflection. Pawn goes c6 to c7, naturally. And the choice here of the engine, of the server, of the creators, the engineers that have engineered the puzzle, so to speak. Rook c3, obviously stopping. And now we're going to play a very practical sacrifice here. A necessary sacrificial move here, which is knight c5. It's interesting because in chess, if you want to succeed, you will need to sacrifice something. Sometimes you just sacrifice the queen. Sometimes you just give a lot, only to win. So, interesting similarity with some life's occurrences at some point. So, knight on c5. The pawn takes, but really it doesn't really make any difference because we are about to queen with tempo. If people ask what's the big deal with the tempos matter very much because when you promote, in our case with tempo, that means you have won another turn because now you're checking the king. That's a forcing stuff, and they have to move G or H, in which case you get to move then another stuff. And I reckon here, Chandu, probably you would agree, Nandini, you guys would agree, we should be taking with D takes on C5. And that would be potentially another queen at play after we make a bit of space and just pushing the other pawn. And then obviously white's going to win. Medium long term here, that's it. White's going to win the position. So I'm very happy to have agreed, and actually we managed to do that. But then again, ladies and gents, we talked about a Thursday puzzle, so they are fairly doable. I reckon Saturday, Sunday will have a very, very complex, difficult one. And yeah, we're gonna try attempt to do that as well. Okay, so Chandu, Nandini, guys, you want to do another puzzle, or shall we have a look at the super grandmasters clashing in the Norway chess? Or something else you reckon, guys? Let me know. It's up to you. Chandu, what do you wanna proceed with? You had a very good match today, Chandu. Okay. Remind me again, are we friends on the friends list here? Can I find you here? I mean, I just can't remember what's your username. That is good. Have you played the Rapid, Chandu? Was it a Rapid? We are friends? Okay, cool. So I gotta find you then. Just remind me briefly. Where might you be? What's your thing? What's your user? Ah, Chan. Let me see. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay. Who might beat the game? This one in which you are boasting like a 90% accuracy. Is the 21 moves? 30 minutes. That is it this one, Chando? The above one. Wait a minute. You are talking about which one? The below? I mean the 90% accuracy or the 80% accuracy? The 90% accuracy, the 21 moves that you've played. Perk, you've employed a perk. No, the one with 90. The one with 90, which I'm on it right now. Okay. 30 minutes. I think you've done the right stuff choosing to play 30 minutes rapid. I think that's the best way to do it. Chando. The best way to do it. Now let's see if it appears on your screen as well. Yes, it does. So you're having blacks, actually. You're having blacks. Wait a minute. Let me then flip the board for ease of seeing the pieces here at play. Let me toggle off the lines then so we can focus on our own minds. And then we'll be summoning the engine when we run out of good ideas. We'll definitely go with asking the almighty engine. Right, so you played here a perk defense. Very nice, very theoretical. Okay, castles. Fine. Was it a bit premature, perhaps? Perhaps knight d5 was slightly premature here. Perhaps your opponent should have developed either bishop to c1 or bishop to f. Perhaps that's not the best choice here. Perhaps it ain't. And hello, conspiracy. Good to see you. So perhaps I'm thinking that if we just trade, we're giving white. Have you taken? Yes, you did. We just giving white double pawns on the D. That's for one, for a starter. Secondly, they have difficulty now in developing the bishop on c1, which if he moves, this guy will be captured. And I don't know where the bishop wants to go, but once we take and they move the rook, we've got another check here. So seriously, white didn't choose the best continuation. And that's to your benefit. So your opponent didn't choose the best one. That is exactly what we want to do, conspiracy. So, totally. Again, knight on d5 was premature, was not necessary. Let me go back, my chess friends. And white was supposed to actually investigate bishop f1, bishop c1 with developing, and then maybe some castling, you see. So knight d5 was not necessary. Sorry, I don't get the meaning of that one. He wasn't. So knight takes, pawn takes now. Okay, c6. Let me think. I don't think it's a bad one, c6. No, I don't think it's bad. I think I like it. What about e? The reason I would be perhaps tempted to do e is because I want to clear the e file for the rook. Don't get me wrong, Chandu, my chess friends, don't get me wrong. c6, I don't think it's a big problem at all. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's nice. It's very good. I think both c6 and e6 are very playable. The reason I might be inclined for the e is because I want to get the rook on the e file. So now I'd be curious what the engines say. The engine says c6, b6, bishop d7. They don't mention e. I think I know why. Because of the bishop g5 idea. And then you have to sort of getting into your bishop's diagonal. Okay. So I think from this point of view, perhaps c6 might be the stuff to play. That doesn't do anything good for white. Again, it's gonna be looking even worse for your opponent. No, that's absolutely fine. You did exactly the right thing. Now, if you want to grab another pawn, Chandu, you always have this, and you just simply take another pawn. So I think I think that's quite good actually. Did you play it? Yes, you did. That makes a lot of sense. Now your opponent has a sort of weakness here on b2, and they need to spend 2 more tempos in order to castle the king. What's this? Again, okay, what's the purpose of knight g5? I can't see what they want to do here. That doesn't make any sense. Right, so your opponent played a couple of bad moves. They did. They sort of helped you. Knight to g5 doesn't serve any purpose. Knight to g5 can be very easily repelled with something like h6, for one. Secondly, they can't play the bishop because you're going to take the g2 pawn. So they really, really help you to be winning here. That's just not what we're supposed to play. That just can't be. I'm not sure what you're saying about a free knight as long as the bishop might defending. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a free knight, but it doesn't do nothing for increasing white's development or attacking something meaningfully. It just doesn't do nothing, really. Nothing. That's okay, conspiracy. No problem, brother. That's fine. So, Chando, I don't think that's bad. Bishop b2. I don't think that's bad at all. You're attacking, you take a pawn, you ask the question to the rook. That's not bad. Probably h6 I might have been tempted, or knight c6. But no, taking a pawn, it's always good. But I also want to get my guys in action. Yeah, I think you could take on b2. Nice one, because now if bishop takes, you're going to take the knight yourself. On the other hand, you give them a full diagonal. So I don't say you don't take your material back. The question is, isn't your bishop a bit more active than the knight on g5? Again, I think you're doing incredibly well. So here I think we've got a very robust minus, I don't know, minus 2, minus 3. Minus 2, minus 3. So I would love, in principle, guys, I so much love the bishops on the open diagonals, I really wouldn't give my opponent this diagonal. I mean, I'm really not comfortable to giving them that. I think you're still doing better than white. But if you look at it, you actually allow white to be having 2 bishops. And your minors still haven't been developed yet. Probably I wouldn't have done bishop c3, probably bishop g7. Probably not bishop c3. Let me see what the engine recommends. The engine recommends exactly bishop g7. Exactly. I wouldn't give this to my opponent. Just look at this one, Chando. So probably that's what happened, but that bishop is just too strong. I think you still... So you're having now 7 pawns versus 5. Hello, Benny. Nice to see you, man. Yeah, of course you can. So let's just do this analysis together here, and then we'll be considering playing a few friendlies. Yes. So now white is having a bishop, and then the other bishop. Yeah, they have difficulty in getting this bishop somewhere. I don't know how, when, in what frame, how exactly. Probably some queen to f3, so that defending here, attacking you here, you can't move the bishop out so that they can take this guy in their castle. Maybe, perhaps. Oh, that's exactly what they did. Okay, knight c6. Nice one. Now, this knight c6 might be even playing on e4. You never know. Ah, they wanted to actually stop you from playing that. Very nice. So now, guys, we can actually see why is it bad to delay the king's safety moves, castling and stuff. Now, your opponent has a problem. You're already hitting here, and they haven't developed the bishop, and the king is on the e-file. If they open the e-file, you always have some very, very nasty checks here. Not mentioning this kind of move. So you're doing better than white here. You're doing better than white here. Knight d4? What did you play? Exactly, knight d4. That's exactly what I would have played. Queen is being hit. I don't know what they want to move. Okay. Oh, okay, that's game over. That is just game over. It's just game over. Bishop f5 now skewers queen and the rook. There's just no good move here for white, guys. I do not have any good move recommendation for white because white's going to lose now material big time. Bishop f5, probably queen d1. Probably queen d1. Then bishop takes the rook. And it's just pretty much game over, I think. Very difficult. Let me see. Minus what? Minus 3? Minus 4. Yeah, bishop f5, exactly. So, do you know something, Chandu? You have sanctioned your opponent very poor choices. So, you only need to, you know, speculate your opponent's bad moves. I don't even know what's worse for white here. That you can give a check, or you should just take the rook straight away. I mean, there's so many good stuff. Probably, yeah, you should take the rook. A rook is a rook. We just don't negotiate with that. They have huge problems here. There is nothing good for white. Nothing. No, that's even... Okay, everything's bad. Oh, no. Yeah, probably you play the rook straight away. Oh, you got even this one. That's devastating. There's just nothing. There's just nothing here. It's finished. Oh, not the queen, the rook. Not the queen, the rook, obviously. So rook c1 practically wins the queen here, and that's it, game over. I mean, there was game over ages ago. Yes, it was game over ages ago. Your opponent did play a couple of very bad moves, Chando. So they helped you massively. They have huge delay in development. They started with the knight on d5 completely uncalled. No, that's fine, man. I mean, look, the GMs make blunders, especially when they go in time crisis. So um, overall, it was very nice, but your opponent started to play something very reckless here. Knight d5 completely uncalled for. You don't do that. You don't push. So, guys, I think there is a principle in the opening that says you mustn't move twice the same piece in the opening. So, in the first stage of the game, we are supposed to get knights and bishops, both knights and bishops out, and to castle the king. Then you could do whatever adventures you may want to be playing. There's no point doing the opening this kind of move. Knight to d5. Completely unnecessarily. And I reckon if I switch over to the Stockfish, they will be telling you that you got to get one of these guys out. You got to get the bishop out. You got a bishop g5, makes a ton of sense. You got a bishop e2, although passive, but you must castle your king here. So exactly right. d4, okay, d4 because you take a lot of space. I understand that, makes sense. But probably personally, I would have seriously investigated the bishop or the other bishop and then castle. Absolutely not moving that knight twice. It does help because then white, Chandu, could have played whatever they wanted to play further on down the road. Bishop g5 is awesome, and then you have to think about playing c6, c5, try get the queen out, this kind of ideas. But yeah, they helped you. They helped you a bit, but you very nicely, you've sanctioned their errors, Chando. So you did very well. Let me congratulate you. Very good stuff. I'm happy to see, Chandu, that you don't do bullet. So my chess friends, if you want to practice a couple of openings and you want to deepen your understanding and want to clarify the repertoire in its practicalities over the board, don't do bullet, guys. It's not gonna help too much. That is, it might even make it worse. You play bullet when you're very much confident in your expertise in a particular line of opening, and then you want to just, try it faster and faster with some other guys. But when you're learning an opening, don't do any bullet. It's not gonna help you at all. I don't think so. And if you really want to have fun, just go for some blitzes, 5 minutes, put some increment maybe. But rapids is the way to go. Is the most fun. It is fun. It is fun. But I'm saying for people that try to learn and to understand the line, I think rapid is the way, or just increase even the time control. Totally. Bullet is good for fun, but for learning, I'm talking about learning. Use Chessable. Guys, you're probably aware of the Chessable, right? Chando, guys, you're aware of the Chessable. You've got 5 or 6 free slots in the Chessable website. So you're probably aware, right? So you just get whatever you want to play. Grunfeld or whatever. Oh, conspiracy. Oh, brother, you really need to get into this, man. So you've got for free 5 slots, short and sweet they call it. Let me just show you something. So let's say you decide you want to play whatever opening you want to play, whatever that is. And totally for free, they give you the chance to practice your openings. Absolutely, Chando. Yes, 1-2 games, 30 minutes each. I think you are absolutely magnificent. That's exactly the way to go. Oh boy, yeah, absolutely, Benny. Look at this one, man. So you go to Chessable, free to do a chess account and to have 5 or 6 free slots, all yours. You don't need to pay a penny in the first stage. It's up to you completely. So now they ask you, what do you think you're supposed to do? And you just practice. And let's say, okay, I'm going to make now a deliberate... Okay, they even tell you, look, g6 is the starting point, and now they expect me to play g6. So they tell you what you need to play in that particular opening with the necessary explanation as of what you are supposed to do it. And if I make a mistake, let's say I'm making a mistake now, I'm going to deliberately play a bad move. Okay, I'm going to play a5, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The engine says, they have rejected my move. Okay, and they say, look, you need to study this move, press next. And actually, they showed me that I was supposed to play g6. Right, and look at this one. White moves h4, and now the author of the course starts explaining. Early push of the h pawn, out the range this day, you'll move c5, and they recommend you to actually play c5. And the author says the whole story, this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. So you read, you watch the board, then you press next, and now you are supposed to play c6 in virtue of what you've learned when you watch the previous chessable stuff. And now the computer shows you, okay, brother, you need to go bishop g7 now. Steve, probably you are like old-fashioned student or teacher. You go with the physical books, right? I've got a bunch of physical books, still hard copies, but I'm using Kindle a lot, and I'm using the computer absolutely heavily. I'm using the digital content like enormously. I barely refer to hard copies. Yeah, look, absolutely, yes, Chado, that is correct. Now, Chessable for 5-6 slots here is free. So you don't have to pay for what I'm doing now. So now I'm doing Grunfeld Defense, and you can access it for free. You mustn't pay for this. But then, yeah, absolutely. So Conspiracy, you're welcome. You're more than welcome, mate. I'm very happy if that's useful, because practically you want to improve your chess. Like everybody else, we all want to play slightly better or consistently or substantially better. So that's it. That's one of the tools. You're going to practice your stuff. You're going to play it. Do your thing. Look, and they say, look, that's an alternative. You're actually supposed to play something else here. I don't know. What am I supposed to play here? D6 or H5? Was I supposed to play H5 here? Oh, D6 to stopping this guy coming down and then castling. Yeah, I wasn't concentrating. Right. So, guys, that's one available tool for you. Yeah, okay. The interface is not very appealing. The colors are not very vivid, bright like at chess.com, but it's got a lot of unlimited puzzles. So for those of us that can't access the premium, yes, Lichess could be an option. By the way, I think monthly I've got like 3 diamond membership that I could give to the guys in my club. So if you're a member in the club, I'll try and make a rotation, and I'll just give it to just 3 people on the list, then other 3 people's on the list. And they say they're going to give me codes about Chessable Pro subscription for a month. So if that is the case, I would be more than happy to impart all the codes I've got to the people in my club. So, yes. Well, you will be using it exactly to the right extent. I know exactly what you mean, Benny, because when I start doing the puzzles, I'm getting so addicted, and then it's very difficult to even stop. So I know exactly what you're playing. I know exactly what you're meaning with this thing. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm starting with the puzzles. Oh, God help. I don't know if I can stop anytime soon. So, guys, I hope it's clear with the Chessable. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's very good stuff. Again, you got 5 courses for free. You don't have to pay. Again, you just do 5 courses, introductory stuff. Look, but this introductory stuff, man, this is very good things. Incredibly, incredibly good stuff. Okay, so that was Chessable. All right. No, it's not bad at all. So if you're doing puzzles, okay, let's say we're going to puzzles. Why is it bad to have hints? The only thing when you do hints is that you will not be getting the points. Actually, I think you're going to be losing points. So now if I press, look at this one here. Do you see it? Yeah. So here there is a button saying hint. And if I press on the hint, I might be even losing points. So, but yeah, I mean, if you can't figure it out at all, like, I mean, now in my case, I've got you, my friends, with me now, and I can just ask for help if I don't know what to do. But I don't know, if you are in your solitude and something, yeah, you could ask for a hint. If you can't fathom, if you can't find anything to play, that makes sense. You could ask for a hint, but I'd say just give it a try. Why not? And even if you choose the right stuff to play, who cares? I mean, you're gonna find out anyway. Then you can put it on the analysis board, and the engine will clarify what were you supposed to be doing. Absolutely, absolutely, guys, totally. Okay, what did you do, conspiracy? What did you do? Did you play a bad move or something? Oh, you want to play Queen F3 now? It's interesting, but I'm afraid the Black Queen might be taking the White Rook in a corner. Just saying. Just saying. So probably in this particular puzzle we're looking at now, ladies and gents, in this particular puzzle, I don't think it's Queen F3. I mean, if I had some attack on F7 coupled with another bishop somehow, but there ain't any. So Queen F3 can't be the move. To my understanding, I don't think it is. It's got to be another way. It's got to be another way. Now, if I am to lose this rook, I mean, we've got to look at this sort of ideas. Then they take, then you play again. They do this. Then you push this. And yeah. Okay, that's an idea. Maybe. I mean, I haven't done this puzzle before. This is the first time I'm seeing it now. It could be. It could be. I wonder if that's the case. Is it? Taking this guy here. Queen's going to take the rook. I'm going to push this guy here. Rook's going to have to play. Rook's going to have to play. Then I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing Queen 3, 4? In case Rook takes, I'm having this very nasty discovered attack. And then the bishop might be playing a very nasty discovered attack on the queen, which is in the corner. At some point. I don't know how, when, in what order. That's not an easy puzzle, by the way. As you very well know, guys, that's just never easy puzzles beyond this point. So, it could be rook sacking on a1 and we take on c6 and then b7. Yes, Chandu. See you, mate. See you. No problemo. Thanks for stopping anyway. That's okay. So I wonder, you're thinking, I don't know, Steve, if you're still there, you reckon we should be taking on c6 and then giving up on the rook? It just feels like the engine doesn't want me to defend the rook now. I guess. Well, the engine can't want anything because they don't have individuality and autonomy in terms of self-awareness, but I just like to express it like this. Probably we should just take the bishop. What do you think, guys? What are your thoughts about this? Should we just take on c6 and give up on the rook, continuing with b? And after this guy plays, perhaps queen to a4? Because I'm attacking this guy here in case they want to take. I also have this. I have a discovered attack with the bishop then. Hello, Max. Good to see you. How's it going, mate? I mean, if it's something here that it gets really, really exciting and engaging, it has to do with capturing the bishop on c6, isn't it? What do you reckon, guys? Should we take that bishop on c6? Thanks for confirming, Conspiracy KU. Hello, Max. What do you think? Might that be the case? Steve, if you're still there, I very much trust your clarity, your risk assessment. Thank you, Benny, for confirming that we should be taking the bishop. That's what I thought in the first instance. I'm not fully convinced. I think it's very promising in its attacking prospects after queen takes rook